At what point did you realize that Harbaugh wasn't going to be there, and how much prep work did you have on what you were going to talk to him about?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. This is really special to be a part of the show. So thank you. And, it was one of those situations, Dan, where I've never been in a situation like this before, where oftentimes the broadcast has a lot more information going into the game. Maybe the public doesn't know. We had no idea if Harbaugh was going to show up minutes before the game. And throughout the week, we had a conversation with Coach Harbaugh, and he said, if for some reason I am not able to coach, it will be Sharon Moore. So we knew that going into it, but they really did not believe that was going to be the situation. So I felt a little bit like an investigative reporter on Saturday morning. And yeah, you're always looking at body language and talking to players and coaches. And it was just a different energy because no one knew. I interviewed Sharon Moore during warmups when they still didn't know if Harbaugh could potentially show up. And obviously the mood continued to shift. So I know Sharon Moore, and I've gotten to know him pretty well over the years, and he had a calm confidence to the way he was carrying himself. But then when he realized he was going to be the guy, I did feel like he tensed up, and you could just sense that it was a big opportunity for him.
Okay, let's say Harbaugh showed up. What was your question going to be prior to the game?
Oh, gosh. First of all, Harbaugh, it's been years for me convincing him to do these interviews. So as you know, he doesn't love them, but I would have chased him down and said, Coach, the last 24 hours have been insane. You've been in your hotel room. What has been going through your mind? And how are you prepared to win this game today? I think the issue is, and I've been asked this, do you ask about the allegations in that moment? And I tend to believe that you have to allow the game to play out. And perhaps after a win, I would have taken that opportunity to congratulate him on the win. Had they won with Harbaugh coaching, I assume it would have been the same outcome there. And then you possibly give him the opportunity to address a different audience because he's spoken about it, in his press conferences. But I would try to give him that moment. But as we all know with Harbaugh, and as Sharon Moore did the same, they like to start the interview and then hand him off to a player. So I'm kind of used to that when it comes to Michigan.
What do you expect? Is Harbaugh on the sidelines this weekend?
Boy, I have a feeling yes, just based on how confident they seem to be. Obviously, we know that hearing is set for Friday, and I'm sure you saw some of his quotes yesterday from his presser saying that he's watched plenty of Judge Judy and he's prepared for his big moment. I mean, he had an all-time list of quotes yesterday that to say that Harbaugh is not stressed about this, it's kind of crazy, but I don't think he really is. And he's said to us over and over again, and this is what he is telling us, I did not know what was going on. And, he's handled the pressure, and he said to me, I don't want the players to deal with this. Let everyone come my way. So Harbaugh knows the hard questions are coming. He hasn't decided as of yesterday if he will speak on Friday, but if he's not there, Sharon Moore will continue. And after what we saw from Saturday and the way he was able to do both, manage that offense and lead the team, I thought it was pretty impressive.
We had Brady Quinn on yesterday, and I said, and he was talking about this too, could you set up a camera where I was more interested in watching Harbaugh watch the game than I would have been watching the game itself. But is there any chance that you could do an interview with him, or even the broadcasters could do an interview with him if he's watching from a hotel room?
Oh, I mean, you better believe I'm going to ask. I actually did ask that question, if we could send a camera to the hotel. I was shut down by Michigan, which I understand. I mean,
Sure.
At that point, they don't even know. And I'm like, where is he watching? Oh, he's in the hotel room. I said, with whom? Like, is he watching solo and just pacing? Like, Harbaugh watching a game in his hotel room should have been just like a steady cam video we were going to on the side. So look, I guess we don't know until Friday takes place, but I know that Fox will do whatever we can to make sure we have some sort of Harbaugh Cam, and I will do my best to get all that inside scoop. And he is going to talk to me if he's there. He can't say no to me this time.
Do you know that for sure?
Well, I mean, I'm going to make it very clear to him because, you have to talk. And I've given him this out in the past, but at the same time, Coach Harbaugh, you got to talk now. So
it's too big of a news story, and hopefully he understands that. Plus, he's playing the victim, and now he's the coach of America's team. And
yeah, that's what he said, America's team, right? And I know he doesn't like doing interviews because I know he wants the attention to be about the players, but this is different. And I do think he understands that now. So I don't worry. When we get off this, I'm going to text Michigan's SID and make sure we're prepared for all interviews.
Well, they're probably watching, writing down all of this.